All right, let's look at example 4, properties of exponents to simplify expressions. So we're supposed to simplify this expression. All variables represent non-negative numbers. All right, perfect. So when I see something like this is, a little bit complicated, but we can do it. I see that this is all taken to the 4th root. What I like to do is take this problem and rewrite this instead of in its radical form. I like to write it in its fractional form. So that means I'm going to take all of this and put it in parentheses, a to the 4th, b to the 20th, and this is the same thing as raised to the 1/4 power, right? Do you remember that? Do you remember when we talked about, where was that piece of paper where we talked about it? Hold on. I think it was about all the different ways that we can write it. Where did that go? Trying to find it here. Where are you, piece of paper? It has vanished. How is that possible? Well, yeah, it has somehow vanished. I don't know where that piece of paper went. Okay, that's fine. Oh, here it is. Remember we talked about 7 different ways to write it? So it's kind of be written like this right now, and I want to, or it's kind of written like this, and I want to change it to this format here. So whenever you have, oh, you can't even see it. Okay, so it's kind of, the answer is kind of written like this, right? It's all to the 4th power, like this one is. And then what I'm trying to do is just, instead of writing it like this, is write it like this, where we have that b squared in parentheses, and that we're taking the cube root, which is the same thing as raising it to the 1/3 power. So I'm just changing the format. They're the same thing, but I just feel like it's easier to do it when we change it like this. So we change the format, right? And then all I can do is the power rule here. So for each thing, I can go a to the 4th times 1/4, and then b to the 20th times 1/4. And then I just do these problems, okay? So that, we're multiplying fractions. We looked at cross cancel. The 4's cancel. 4, that becomes 1. That's just a to the 1st power, which is a. And then here, we're multiplying fractions. We looked at cross cancel. Is there a common factor between 20 and 4? Yes, 4. 4 goes into 4 one time. 4 goes into 25 times. And then we multiply across, and we're left with b to the 5th power. And that's it. 5 over 1 is the same thing as 5, and that's it. That's how you do it. So let's go ahead and look at the next one. Okay, 4b. So there's kind of 2 different parts. There's this first part over here, and then there's this other part. They're multiplied by each other. So here, if you see, we have a power rule, and that power is in a fractional form. Totally fine. We just do the same thing. We multiply it by the exponents. So we have x to the 6 times 1/2. And then we have y to the 4th times 1/2. All right, and that's multiplied by the square root of y squared. And remember, square roots cancel out squared numbers, so it's just like Fruit Ninja. Okay, so that is gone. So then we just simplify this. So 6 times 1/2, what's 1/2 of 6? Well, 3, right? And then what's 1/2 of 4? Well, 2, so y squared. And then that Fruit Ninja there, that square root, canceled out that squared number, leaving us with y. And then we just have the same base here. They're multiplied by each other, so we're just doing some product rule. So it's x cubed, y squared, and then this is a 1, right? So plus 1. And we're left with x cubed, y to the 2 plus 1, which is 3. And there we have it, x cubed, y cubed. Perfect. Okay, now it's time for you to try some of these problems on your own. So I want you to try, this is funny. Check it out, 4a, and, oh, I guess it's double. That's so weird. Okay, just try this problem here. Okay, so check it out, 4a. Yeah. Here's my friend the pause dragon. Remind you to pause your device. Go ahead and work it out. And when you get done, press play and we'll talk about it. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, let's see how you did. So for this problem here, I think that I'm going to rewrite it, right? I'm going to rewrite this as x to the 4th, y to the 12th, and this 4th root is the same thing as raising it to the 1/4 power. And then I'm going to do that power rule, which just means I'm going to multiply 4 times 1/4, and then y 12 times 1/4. Okay, then we just do those problems. So look to cross cancel. Those cross cancel, becomes 1. And we're left with x to the 1st power, just x. And then we look to cross cancel here. There's a common factor of 4. 4 goes into 4 one time. 4 goes into 12 3 times. Multiply across, and we get y to the 3rd power. And that's it. That's what we have. That's the answer. So if you got that one right, great job. Okay, let's look. Oh, we already did that one. Okay, now it's time for check it out for B. Okay, so this one, I want you to give it a try on your own. Here's my friend the pause dragon. Go ahead and work it out. Press pause, work it out. When you get done, press play, and we'll talk about it. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, let's see how you did on this problem. So this is like a two-stepper, right? It's a whole big problem. We have the stuff on the top, we have the stuff on the bottom, and then we'll see what happens at the end and see if we need to combine it. But let's go ahead and do the top first. So we have power rule, right? So we just need to multiply each of these exponents by 2. So this is x to the 1st power. 2 times 1 is just going to be 2. And then we have y to the 1/2 times 2. And all of that is over the 5th root of x to the 5th power, right? And the 5th root cancels out numbers or variables raised to the 5th power. And this is raised to the 5th power. So it's like Fruit Ninja time. This 5th root cancels out that number raised to the 5th power, and we're just left with x on the bottom. So let's go ahead and simplify. We have x squared here. 1/2 times y is just, not 1/2 times y, 1/2 times 2. 1/2 of 2 is just 1, so we have y to the 1st power, right? Because those 2's would cancel out, and everything would be 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. It's all 1 over x. Are we done? No, you should see that there's a base of x here and a base of x here, and there's division, so we have to do the quotient rule, which would be x to the 2 minus 1. There's no 1 there, but you know that there is a 1 times y. And then 2 minus 1 is just 1, so it's just x, y. Can you believe that all of this hot mess just reduced to x, y? Well, if you got that one right, great job, and we will see you for the next lesson.